Hi, it's me again. Hello, hello. Look, costume change. I'm like Beyonce today, right? I'm like Beyonce because I just had the interview with Katie, and then I have this video, and then I'm on video with my clients this afternoon, and I'm not going to wear a fancy dress for them. Sorry, guys, I love you, but I'm not wearing a fancy dress for them. And so, yeah, like I'm Beyonce with a costume change. Hello, guys, how are you? When you're here, say hello. I am so excited to share this story with you. How many of you saw my video on Monday? Yes or no? How many of you saw myth one, right? These are the three myths that I had to bust through and these are personal stories, right? I'm sharing personal stories with you guys on this, right? And today is another personal doozy, right? Today's another personal doozy. But say hello, let me know when you're here. In fact, often when I type hi in the comments, and yep, there you guys are. I have to type hi first. Hi, Arena. Hi, everybody. So, oh, this one's a doozy. So if you missed the 11 o'clock interview that I just did with Katie, a publicist and owner of KT Media Strategies, definitely check it out. It was a great interview, and I'm so excited for the free masterclass that we're going to do on priming everybody for the media, because she did such a great job getting me on the media, and I know some of you want to, so check that out. But myth two, right? So how many of you saw Monday's video, myth one? So these are, people keep saying, okay, Rita, but what does it really mean to go all in? And I give the technical kind of details and the logistical details of going all in. But what I realize is it's not so much, oh, thank you. It's not so much what like those logistics are, right? As much as it is like things that I'm not doing anymore, right? So when people are like, how did you get these big results in your business, Rita? It's like things, but I'm not talking about tasks and delegation or anything like that, right? So on Monday, we talked about myth one. And myth one, how many of you found that helpful? How many of you found that like eye-opening? So Holly watched it. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Eileen. Hi, Holly. Hi, Kathy. Hi, everybody. Arena's here. The gang's on here. Okay, so that first video was like, look, guys, the first myth I had to let go of was that I needed to have something in place before I could do something. So like, before I can get an assistant, I need to have reached a certain amount of money. Before I can pitch myself to speak, I need to have a talk written. Before I can hire a coach, I need to have all the money for the coach saved up, right? And I talked about why. Because what that really does is send this bigger signal saying that you don't trust yourself, right? That you don't trust you don't trust your business, you don't trust your ability to make your investments work out. And I was on the phone with a client this morning, and we were talking about investments. And like, here's the biggest difference between an investment and an expenditure, right? An expenditure is just like money gone. An investment returns, right, money to you. And so I can't like go buy stock and say, but I won't buy stock until I know what my profit from it's going to be, right? Like, you can't do that. I have to put the money in and buy the stock and then like just wait for the profit, right? So we have to do that in our business, guys. That's what an investment is. That's what investing in your business is. You have to hire an assistant before you have all the money to pay the assistant, because the whole point of getting the assistant is you have free time to go make more money, right? And so a lot of times we won't get to that next level in business if we hold on to that mentality of, before I can do something, I need to whatever. And hi, Misty, and we talked about that like over so many different examples. Getting a coach, getting an assistant, speaking, being on the media. We even just talked about it in the 11 o'clock interview with Katie of KT Media Strategies, of selling a program, right? So much. So that was the first myth, right? Today's myth is good, y'all. And it was like, so I saw something online. Okay, I saw something online, and I'm pulling it up right now. So, because it tied right into this perfectly, okay? So, I was on, just let me tell this story, and I promise that it will relate to stuff, okay? I was online, and I saw this person. Okay, wait, before I tell that story, I want to ask you guys a question. How many of you, is there something right now that you want to do in your business, but you're like, I just don't know how? So we just talked about that too at 11 o'clock. A lot of people are like, I want to be on the media, Rita, but I don't know how. Like, I want to know how you got on the news. How did you get on the news, Rita? I want to do it, but I don't know how. So how many of you, is there something in your business? I know Gina shared earlier in a previous thread asking that question, that she wants to write and publish a book about cooking, a cookbook, but she doesn't know how, right? What is there in your business that you're like, I don't know how, or I can't, like I don't have the capability to do something. So because I don't have the knowledge, right? Really, it's the lack of knowledge piece. So I'm not sure how to make it work. I can't figure out how to make it work. I don't know how to make it work. Yes, no, is there anything at all in your business that you've been thinking about doing where that's popped up, or anything that you've let go of that has popped up already that you're like, no, like I just don't know how to do that, so I can't do that right now. Like I don't know how, so I can't do that. Anything? Yes, no, just me? Got quiet. It was like really hopping in here for a second. Right? Maybe it was because I was about to tell a story, and then people are like, she's gonna tell a story. Lord, I'm out. But yes, no, like how many? Let's see. So what is it, Arena? You're like, so sales. So your thing is, I don't know how to sell. Is that right? Like, I don't know how to, what specifically about sales? Is it I don't know how to get a sales call? I don't know how to have a sales process. I don't know how to convert a sale, so I'm just not doing it. Like, I'm just not selling. I don't know how to do it, so I'm not going to do it, all right? What else? Oh, see, Holly's like, I don't know how to make an e-course, right? I don't know how to, so Holly, you're just not making an e-course right now, right? Because you just don't know how to do it, right? So I'd love to know, and if you're watching on replay, like, and if you're watching out there and you're not in where you can like type because you're watching from like the screen without the audio on, right? Do you know how many people watch without audio? So many people. And so I want to do a thing. I've always wanted to do this, but I'll do it right now. So what else while I'm waiting? What else is something that you guys want to do in your business that you're not doing because you don't know how, right? What is something, anything that you're not doing, or you're not doing as much of, or you're like kind of not really all in on because you don't know how, right? So I know so many people are watching the video because I can see without audio. So it's like, come on in, come on in, right? It's like, come on, people, it's okay. What's the best? So like, okay. And when you're watching on replay, please go ahead and tell me too. But like, what is something that you want to be doing? So Gina wants to write a book. She's not writing a book because she doesn't know how. Holly wants to make an e-course. She's not making her e-course because she doesn't know how, right? Arena wants to sell more, but she's not selling because she doesn't really know how. She doesn't know how to create a selling strategy, right? So she's not really selling with a strategy. So what else, guys? Like, keep it coming, right? What is something you want to be doing in your bit? So we had at the 11 o'clock, I want to be on the news. I want to be on the media, but I don't know how. So that's what I want you guys to add in here. I want to blank for my business or in my business, but I don't know how, okay? And then I want you guys to keep answering that, and then I want you to keep that in mind. So the story that I'm going to share. So I was online the other day, and this gal was talking about her business, okay? Her trajectory of her business career, that she had done this and it worked, but not great, and it wasn't what she loved. And so she did, and there's nothing wrong with pivoting. You guys know I've pivoted in my career a million times, right? But my pivots have all been based on me either not loving what I was doing or because something went really well, right? So either way. But she was talking about her career trajectory and that it had started here and she didn't love it. And so she left her job and became like an entrepreneur, but really quickly didn't like what she was doing. And so she changed the model of what she was doing and then really quickly realized she didn't like that. So she hopped over into doing something else. But that wasn't making her money and it wasn't working. And so she hopped over to something else that just recently started making traction, right? And then she just announced the other day that she's a business coach, okay? So she made this announcement that she's a business coach. I have no problems with people becoming business coaches. I am a business coach. I love my other business coach peers, and I hope more and more people become a business coach because I think there's plenty of abundance for all business coaches. But how many picked up on what I picked up on in this story? I'm curious. Like, what did you pick up on in that story? So I'll kind of recap it again now that you know you're going to be like pop quizzed on it, right? Which is, all right. So she had a career. She didn't love it. She was all right at it. Didn't love it. Left the career. Started her own business. Did okay. Didn't love it. Changed the model. of how she was running her business. It didn't do well. So she hopped over to a completely different industry. It didn't do well. Well, she was doing it and working a lot, but not making a lot of money at all. So in that sense, it didn't do well. She was getting a lot of work. She was like not even able to afford her bills, right? And so she left that. And then she went into another thing that actually did start to work. And it started picking up traction. And then she decided she's a business coach now. So how many picked up on, like, did you pick up on anything in that story? Hi, Yancy. Did you pick up on anything in that story at all? Anything at all? Yes, no? I feel like I need to keep doing this. Like, come on in. Come on in. It's okay to talk. It's okay to turn on the volume. It's okay to participate. I promise. The more you participate, the better your business will be. Well, I'm going to tell you what I picked up on in this story, okay? So what I picked up on was that she was a business coach and she had not had a successful business, right? Until the business that had just started picking up traction. So I was really curious, like, how was she going to be a business coach when she had never herself run a full-fledged successful business? And in fact, she like had only started tasting what that would be like. So I kept listening, right? I was a little like, that's my thing. When we talk about having a point of view in the industry, hi Tiffany, hi Carmen, hi Yancy. When we talk about having a point of view in our own industry, man, that really gets me. When people become business coaches and they haven't built their own successful business, right? And often that's because they go buy a program and they're like, oh, I'm just buying the license to this business coaching program. And now I'm gonna go coach people on this program. And now I'm a business coach, but I've never actually built a successful business before. Or I'm just not, I'm just going to say I'm a business coach now, right? Or like, oh, like so I kept listening to her video. Holly's like, how can she be a business coach? Yeah, when her businesses weren't successful. Well, here's what she said, right? Because she kind of talked about that. So on the video, she said, because here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. And in fact, I wrote it down. She said, look, because in my journey to get to where I am, right? So she had a side business, left her full-time gig, had a business, changed the business model, went into a completely different industry, went again into another industry, gained some traction, and now was a business coach. And her thought process was, because guys, I've taken all the classes and I've watched all the videos for my class, for my business. So I know the information. Right? So it was, and I'm really looking at my notes because I don't want to get it on. I'm not going to ever say who it was, but look, guys, she said, look, I've taken all the classes and I've watched all the videos. I've seen others build their businesses and I've studied them, right? I've seen so I've taken the classes for my own business. I've heard all the information for my business. I've watched other people build their business. I've read the books on I've studied other successful business owners. So I know all the information. And so I'm ready to share this information with you. Do you guys see a problem with that? Do you see a problem? I know Holly says, OMG, right? Like, this is actually not that unusual, which is why when people are like, how do I know who's a good business coach? I'm like, ask them about their business. If they're not openly talking about the different incomes that they've made, like openly, you guys know I'm transparent. I tell you to the dollar every year how much I made, how much was expense, how much was profit, how much was income, how much was like a surprise, how much was strategic, right? And I think that's not to brag or to anything, right? It's like, because you need to know, right? If you're trusting me and paying me to build, you need to know I've done it, right? That I've done it. So it's like knowing. It's like knowing, right? Yes. And Holly's like, yes, right? Like, I know how to lose weight, y'all. I know how to lose weight. I know how to eat well, and I know how to move, and I know how to sleep, and I know how to drink water. Guys, I haven't successfully done it myself, so I'm never going to coach anybody on how to lose weight until maybe one day I've done it, but I don't even think then, right? Like, I'm in the middle of doing it, right? But like, yeah, I've watched all the videos. I was telling, I think it was Jennifer Cochran. I don't know if she's here. I was talking to her on the phone. I was like, look, that's like her. She's a health coach. And so Kathy, if you're still on here too, that would be like me saying, I've watched all the Jane Fonda workout videos. I have watched them all. I have watched personal trainer after personal trainer do a workout. I've watched it, right? I've read every health and wellness book that there is to read, and I know all the information, and now I'm going to start being a health coach. The missing piece, guys. Do you guys see the missing piece? Right? Do you see it? I need somebody to say it. I'm going to say it, but I know you see it. I need you to say it. What's the missing piece? Right. I know how to drink water. I've watched other people drink water. I've watched other, so now I'm going to tell you how to drink water. I'm not going to tell you how to drink water, you all, right? Like, I'm not, like, okay, to be fair, I'm getting better about it. But you guys see my point? Like, I've watched jazzercise videos. Now let me teach you jazzercise. What? Right? Like, and that's technically true. I might really know like the movements for jazzercise, right? Like, they aren't doing the thing. Thank you, Holly. They're not doing it, right? So she had never actually had success by applying those concepts, right? If she had applied them and they worked, then she would have had the results. Right? Also, if she applied them and they didn't work, if she had applied them and they didn't work, she shouldn't be teaching them, right? So either way, however that conversation goes down, that's not really working, right? So like either she actually did all this stuff, the videos and the books and the other people she studied said they did, and then it didn't work, in which case she probably shouldn't go reteach that, right? Or she didn't do it, just heard about it and knew what to do, and now she's going to go teach people. And Deborah's like, I see it every day. I see it every day, guys, right? So this happens all the time, and it was perfect timing. I can't believe I heard it yesterday, because it's perfect timing for this video. Because myth number 2 that you have to bust through is, I don't know how to. That's not true. It's not true at all. Not true at all. But you guys are like, you guys just listed what you don't know how to do. Right? So Holly's like, no, Rita, it's true. I don't know how to build an e-class. And so I'm not building an e-class. And Arena's like, no, Rita, that's true. I don't know how to put together a sales strategy. And so I'm not selling. Right? And what were the other ones? I don't know how, oh, Gina, I don't know how to publish a book, Rita. That's true. And so I'm not publishing a book. Right? And there was, I don't know how to be on the news, Rita. So I'm not pitching the news. Like, I get that it feels very real. Right? It feels like, no, Rita, if I knew what to do, then I would be doing it, right? That's not true, right? That's not true at all. And here's the thing, you may not actually legitimately know, like maybe you really don't know how to put together a good pitch, but you know how to find out. Yes? Is this true? So Holly, is it completely 100% accurate that you know how to go get the information that you need to get to learn how to put together an e-class? Arena, is it also true that you know what to do to go get the information to put together a sales strategy? Gina, is it true that you know what to do to figure out how to write and publish a book? Right? Like, guys, do you see my point? Like, yes, maybe technically you don't know, but we live in an age where we just need to Google something and we can find a book. We can find videos, we can find a coach, we can find a mentor, we can find a workshop, we can find a class, we can find whatever without even leaving our house, right? So it's not the lack of knowing how. That's an excuse. That is another distraction. So yesterday we said, right, that, or on Monday, in Monday's video, we said that the distraction, the excuse was, I have to have this stuff ready before I can whatever, right? All that is a distraction from not trusting yourself. So if I'm like, no, I need to have the money in place before I can hire an assistant, that's just an excuse. That's a distraction. That's a lie. And it's a distraction and a lie and an excuse to keep me from dealing with the fact that I don't trust myself, that I don't trust myself to make money, that I don't trust my business to make money, that there's some lack of worth or lack of value or lack of belief or lack of something. So the easy excuse is I just don't have the money to hire the assistant or the coach. And so I need to just like wait and keep in that excuse so I don't have to examine the deeper stuff, right? This is the same thing, guys, right? This is an excuse, right? And saying I don't know how to do something, especially in this day and age, is just a cop-out. It's an excuse and it's a distraction, right? So Arena's like, I could just man up and pick a sales strategy, do it and track it, and re-strategize every night. Absolutely. Is that better than not doing anything at all? Right? Of course, right? Like it's just an excuse. But what is an excuse from? So Monday we knew that the excuse of I need to have the money before I can hire a coach. I need to have the money before I can get an assistant. Basically, I need to have money before I can do the thing that's actually going to help me make more money. That's not real. That's a lie. That's an excuse to keep you from having to deal with the fact that you don't want to make that first payment to a coach or make that first payment to your assistant or hire that book coach or that publicist or whatever, because somewhere there's a lack of trust in yourself to do the work. There's a lack of trust in the value of what you're doing to produce the results. There's a lack of belief in your business, right? There's something bigger. And that distraction, that excuse is I don't have the money and I need to have the money first. Well, this is the same thing. This is just another excuse and distraction, right? I don't know how to isn't real. It's a lie. I mean, technically, yes, like I said, you might not know how to, but you can figure it out. There are people you can pay, people you can hire. They're free people. They're, I mean, everywhere, right? You could spend 18 million years on YouTube, probably learn everything, right? So that's an excuse. But what is an excuse from? Again, it's the same thing, guys. It's just an excuse from saying, I don't trust myself, right? Let me explain. Reading something, right? Like reading, preparing, etc., right? Like that's not the problem. What I want to say is lack of knowledge is not the problem. That's not the real issue. This is an excuse. It's a fake problem. So Arena's like, oh yeah, so that I didn't have to admit that sales are outside my comfort zone and work on that instead. Yes, you're getting right there, Arena. You're getting right there. A bug just bit me, so I keep looking down like, okay. This is real live video, guys. Even if you know, you're still not going to do it, right? I mean, if you're not doing it now and you're saying it's lack of info, even when you have the info, you're still not going to do it. You're still not going to do it, right? Because it's not the lack of knowledge that's keeping you from doing the thing, okay? So Holly, I could just give you a whole book right now on how to do an e-course. Be honest, are you going to sit down and do it? If you have chapter by chapter by chapter on how to create an e-course, are you going to do it? Like Arena, if I just handed you a 90-day strategy and said, here's what you need to do. You need to cold call every day for 90 days. You need to go out. You need to do this. And I wrote it down step by step for you. Are you going to be consistent for 90 days just because you have that in your hand and do it? Like, no, I know you guys, right? Like, no. How many times have you gotten the information and the steps, even for me, right, to do something that you wanted to do and not done it and not been consistent? Be honest. Yes or no? Has there ever been any advice or anything that you've wanted that you've gotten from me or from somebody else and you got the steps and you got the information and you loved it or you didn't love it or whatever, but you got the information and you still didn't do it, or you tried to do it and then you stopped doing it or whatever? Honest, I have been there. I'm not immune to that, right? I've been there, right? This is because the knowledge, the information will only get you so far, right? Reading and studying all the if it was just technical know-how that we were missing to have success, we would all be so wealthy because we can go get the technical info, right? We can get the technical info. Do you guys see that? Like, if that was all it was that was keeping us from our goals, from doing the things we want to do, the technical info, we would all be set, right? It's a lack of trust. We get to the same thing, saying, I don't know how to, or I can't figure out how to, or I don't think I'm capable of that, or whatever that excuse is, right? I don't know how, whatever. That is just an excuse from the lack of trust in you, right? And you're in the lack of trust of you doing it and getting the outcome you want. in your lack of trust of doing it and then navigating whatever the result is from doing it, right? That can't come from reading. Does that make sense? That trust can't come from reading. You can't read enough facts and enough data to have that inherent trust. Otherwise, you would all be doing everything that you could be doing because you have access to all the information you want. Are you guys following me? Does that make sense? So Holly, with your e-course, you can say, well, I haven't built an e-course because I don't know how. And then it's like, yeah, but let's be honest, right? You could have found out at any point in time how to build an e-course, and you haven't, right? For the deeper reason, right? It's not like you can prioritize time for anything that you want to do, right? So you could have gotten that information at any point. You haven't. You probably have gotten some of the information. You've been in e-classes, you've participated in them, you've watched other people, you might have read an article or two about them, and you still haven't taken steps to do it, right? Because it's not the lack of information that's keeping you from it. It's a lack of trust in yourself. It's the lack of trust in yourself to actually do it and build an e-course. Or it's a lack of trust in doing it and building the e-course and then navigating whatever happens, meaning it's successful or it's not successful or whatever. So the fear is kind of like there. If I build this e-course and they don't come, if I build it and they don't come, I'm not going to be able to handle that. Like, I don't want to have to handle that. What am I going to do if it's if it doesn't fill and it's not successful and I don't trust myself to make it work out? I don't trust myself to navigate it. Oh my gosh, I know that even if I build the e-course to market it to whatever is going to take so much work. And so I don't trust myself to like show up and do that fully and be in full launch mode for what I need to get the results that I want. Like, there's that going on, and it's not on the conscious level. The conscious level is like, I don't have the information. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to build an e-course. That's what your conscious brain is thinking. Your subconscious brain is like, yeah, you know how, or you know how to figure it out, but we're still not going to do it. Even if you see information, we're going to act like you didn't, because I don't know why I think the subconscious brain is here and the conscious brain is here, but like the conscious brain is like, I don't know how. The subconscious brain is like, yeah, we don't trust ourselves. We're not really going to show up and do this. We're not going to do the work it takes. We're not going to like actually be in it. We're not going to be all in this. And even if we go all in, it might not work. And because I don't believe in our success. And since I'm not believing in our success and I'm not believing this could actually work out for you, and there's no way you're ever going to make a lot of money from this class. I mean, come on, who are you? Who do you think you are, right? You think you're going to make a lot of money from this class? Like, right, just shut up. Shut up, subconscious brain, right? You can't read yourself to that kind of trust. You can't like have, and that girl's story that I shared at the beginning is a perfect example. She took all the courses. She watched all the videos. She had all the information, and she wasn't building a successful business, right? She wasn't doing it. She even said, I learned it all. Now I'm ready to teach you, right? Now I'm ready to teach you. Right? Because she had the information and she didn't do it. It's not lack of information. It's keeping you from taking action. It's lack of trust. And you can't read yourself to trusting yourself. The only way that you can get to that level, to that like that core, that like I trust myself, I believe in my ultimate success 100%. I believe in my ultimate success 100%. I am 100% like certain that my success is inevitable and it's happening as we speak. And I trust myself. I trust myself to show up and do the work. And I trust myself to navigate whatever happens, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of other people's opinions, right? Like, the only way you can get that level of trust, that level of belief, is to get support, to not read it, to have someone support you, hold space for you, reflect things back to you, but not just anyone. You need someone who went through all of those things and came out on the other end. Does that make sense? You need someone who has gone through all of that same like inaction, these same myths that I'm sharing, the same inaction, and been like, hey, but like I'm out on the other end of it. I navigated it. I learned how. I learned how to trust myself. I learned how to navigate whatever happens, right? I've been where you are and I've gotten through it. Does that make sense? Like, are you guys getting it? And I'm pulling up something else to like share with you as well. But are you guys like, what are your thoughts on this? How is this feeling? Is this resonating with you? Is this like real with you? Right? Like you can't think yourself to something, guys. You have to like feel yourself to it. Does that make sense? You have to feel yourself to it. And the problem is that that's a scary work and that's not anything that you can read about. Okay? So I'm going to share another story for you. I found it in my whatever. Right? I just want to know your thoughts. I'm like waiting for your comments. Okay, so very true. Right? Even if we see the information, we're going to pretend like we didn't, right? I like the point that we can't read into trusting ourselves, right? You just can't. So here's the thing, right? So that the story, the reason I shared the story about the girl wasn't to like shame her or anything. I get it, right? I get the excitement of learning something and wanting to go teach it before you apply it in your own life, right? I've been guilty of that in small little ways before, where I read something and like I'm sharing the advice that I've read before I even do it, especially around health and wellness. There are a lot of people that share health and wellness advice and information before they've ever done it in their own life. So I'm not shaming her for that, right? But what I am saying is like the reason that I think that's going to be not a good fit for people as a business coach is the people that she's going to be business coaching, right? To take action and to overcome. It's like she's just teaching the technical piece. Here's what I learned. I learned these things, and this is what you do to build a funnel, and this is what you do to build an email list, and this is what you do to, I watched this video on how to create a magnetic message, and here's my lesson on creating content that converts, right? But like, because she hasn't actually trusted herself enough to build a successful business, because she hasn't, right? And so she hasn't trusted herself to actually fully implement and see the results. She's never gone through that. And so she's not going to be able to help somebody else go through that because it's not the information, it's not the logistics that are keeping them from taking the right actions and doing the right things, because they could get the information from anywhere, right? They could get the information from anywhere. And instead, right, like they're not, because they don't trust themselves inherently. They don't trust that they're going to show up 100% and be all in for themselves and for their business. They don't trust that they're going to be able to navigate whatever happens. They don't really trust their ability to do that. They're worried, they're scared about what if it fails? What if I don't get results? What if I don't trust myself to navigate that? That's what those thoughts are, right? So it all links back. Second myth links back to that same thing. But the only way you can develop that trust so you get out of your own way is with support. But the only person that can support you is someone who went through it and came back on the other end, right? I think everybody's been quiet of wanting to share information once we learn something. Oh yeah, everybody, guilty. Yeah, everybody's been guilty of that, right? Guys, like, this is why I'm offering the all-in intensive. This is why I come on and say I've got 2 private client spots left for the year. This is why I share my programs. This is why I share my services, right? It's not just the information. That's not why you should just hire me as a coach, because I know the information. Do I know the information? Yes. Right? But like, it's more than that. I've been through it. I've been through the lack of trust. It doesn't go away, guys. That's like the other secret, right? It doesn't go away. It just keeps coming back. It's like an onion, right? You peel one layer of success away, and then there's another layer, and then there's another layer, but like, I'm going through it at every level, right? I've been through it. I've gotten the results that you want, both mentally and professionally and internally, right? Like, but it doesn't mean I'm perfect and I'm not going through it. I'm just going through it at another level, right? And that's the thing. It's like I read today, 7-figure business problems aren't any different than 6-figure business problems, right? It's just 7-figure business owners like have more money to hire support and get rid of the problem, right? Like, it's like they can get through it faster. They've got a different mindset and different support system and a different whatever, but the problems are never different, right? So at each level of success, you're going to keep encountering the same problems. The key isn't the information. You're always going to be able to find out the information. The key is up here. The key is it, and that only comes through support. You're not going to do it on your own, right? Like, if you could do it on your own, you would have done it. You'd fully trust yourself. You'd fully whatever, right? You can't read how to do it. You need that human contact, support, reflection, the space, and you need it from someone that you can mentor their habits, that you can like learn from them because they've gone through it and they've done it themselves. This is why I want you to purchase the all-in 90-minute intensive, not only for the logistics, right, of like how to go all in. We're going to do that. You're going to walk away with a clear, like, I want to go all in my business. What does that mean? You're going to have a very clear goal for like 60 to 90 days, probably 90. I said 60, but probably 90 knowing me. You're going to have a very clear goal for 90 days. You're going to have an action plan to make it happen. Right? You're going to walk away saying, I know the most efficient and effective way to reach this goal, to reach the first big milestone, the first big marker, or the next big marker of my business. No, Arena, like it's just, you can get through it quicker. I feel the lack of trust and it's gone in a minute, right? So every time I go to do something scary and something new and uncomfortable, I feel like oh, is this going to work? Right? And then it's like, yes, I believe in my ultimate success, right? But I can get over it in a second. Whereas at the very beginning, it was like days, right? Sometimes it takes me a little bit to like get over it, but I have a coach, I have support, I have people. So I just reach out to them right away, right? So I don't read a book to try to get my trust. Like, I reach out to people, right? So like, I went through it in the early stages of my business like crazy. I've shared so many stories about that, right? Where there were things I didn't do and moments I let pass and opportunities I let slip away and my excuses were, I'm not ready for it yet. I don't know how to do that. I can't do that yet. I'm not at the level of my business where I don't have enough information. I don't have enough knowledge. I don't have enough experience. I don't. All just excuses. I can go get the knowledge. I get like whatever, right? I can go do it. But I wasn't, right? Those were just fancy excuses. So I didn't have to like do the big deep dig, right? The big dig, whatever, like to get to this messy stuff, right? Because I couldn't do it alone. So I was very fortunate that I have coaches that I've invested in from the beginning that did that for me, that were like holding that space for me, reflecting things back and saying, Rita, I don't think you need another opt-in. Right? I don't think it's the opt-in that's not working, right? Because I would like develop an opt-in and put it out, and I'd be like, I don't know. I put it out there for like 2 weeks and nobody signed up for it. I don't think the opt-in is working. Maybe I need to create another opt-in. I think I need to do that. And my coach would be like, I don't think it's the opt-in, Rita. Like, let's talk about that. How many times did you post about it, share it? How many people did you invite to sign up for it? How visible were you around it? How did you talk about it? What was your energy around it? Like, how frequently were you out there sharing the information about this opt-in? Oh, a few times, right? Like, it's like, no, the problem isn't the opt-in, it was me. It was me not doing the things, not showing up 100%, not being all in, not because I didn't know how, but because I didn't trust myself, right? And it happens all the time. It just happened with this all-in name change. I second-guessed changing the name of this group so many times. And yet when I did it, boom, right? Like, I still go through lack of trust, but I have support to help me get out of it quickly. Because if Rita left to Rita's own devices, right? I've gotten better at it. I have worked out that muscle. Rita alone can get out of bad mindsets and bad thought patterns way quicker than Rita alone a long time ago. But Rita alone still won't do it in the way that I can do it with support. Does that make sense? All right, it's like, so having the right support system helps us get over trust issues, right? Like, that plus tapping into evidence and right? So it's not just having support. It's that the right support system will tell you the things to do, which is like, Cool, also not true, right? Like the thing I was just sharing, like, cool, Rita, you think you need another opt-in. Let's talk about how much you actually marketed the opt-in that you did. And I was like, oh, I think a lot. And she was like, yeah, I think you need to go back and count the number of times you posted about that opt-in. And I was like, oh, like 6? She's like, yeah, that's not enough. Like 6 times over a week is not enough, right? So that's what I mean. It's like, I don't know how. I need money for this before I can do that. Those are just excuses from saying, I don't trust myself. I don't trust myself to get the money, to recoup the whatever. And again, the lack of knowledge, you can go get the knowledge today for anything you want. There are people out there that can give it to you, books out there, shows, YouTube videos, all of it can give you all the knowledge you need for all the things you listed at the beginning, saying, I'm not doing this because I don't know how. That's not why you're not doing it. You're not doing it because you don't trust yourself somewhere. You don't believe in your ultimate success. You don't trust in your ability to make good decisions for your business. You don't trust in your ability to show up fully and go all in. You don't trust. That's why you're not doing it. And you can't read yourself to that kind of trust. You can't read yourself to being that confident and being in that belief. You can only do it through support, but the right support. The support that's going to reflect things back to you. The support that's going to hold space for you. The support that's going to like be firm for you when you're not being firm. That's going to hold you to your strategy when you're not and guide you through the reason why you're not doing something and keep you in action. And that can only come from somebody who has actually gone through it before. Right? Not like the story I shared at the beginning with someone who hasn't, right? That's why I'm a good coach. That's why I'm a good coach. That's why this intensive, this 90-minute all-in intensive, guys, if you are serious about, so here you go. Here's a great example, So many people said they're not doing something in their business because they don't know how. In the 90-minute all-in intensive, I'm going to tell you how, right? We're going to talk about the thing and you're going to walk away knowing how. So if you really believe that it's just lack of information that is keeping you from these things, lack of information from writing a book, and publishing a book, lack of information for pitching the media, lack of information for creating an e-course, lack of information for creating a sales strategy, lack of information and you really believe that's why you're not doing it, absolutely get my intensive because you're going to get the information. So knowing that, right, knowing that if you're still not clicking on the button, right, I'm even going to type the link in right now, right? Like this is how much I believe in this, right? Rita made me do it. .lpages.co/all-in-intensive. There it is. There it is, guys. Click on that. Buy the 90-minute virtual intensive. You are going to get the information you need to do the thing. You're going to get the information you need to do the thing. Oh, no, I typed that wrong. Look at that. I was so excited. Rita made me do it. Look outside I was. Who's here? Who's still here with me? Right there. Maybe did that come out better? I can't tell. Right? So if you really believe I'm not doing something in my business because I don't know how. I'm not selling that way because I don't know how to put a sales process in place. I'm not overcoming objections right because I don't know how. I don't have a lead system, a lead generation system because I don't know how to do that. I don't have a freebie because I don't know how to do it. I don't have a quiz because I don't know how to do it. I don't have an e-course because I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to, I'm not on the media, pitching to the media because I don't know how to do it. I'm not doing a Facebook Live because I don't know how to do it. I don't have a Zoom account to coach because I don't know how to do it. Whatever your thing is, I haven't public, like whatever I haven't said, right? I don't know how to pitch for a talk. I don't know how to use speaking to build my business because I don't know how to write a talk. I don't know how to pitch for talking. Whatever it is, I'm going to tell you how to do it in that intensive. So if you're still not clicking the button and paying for it, then you have to ask yourself why, right? Because if you're like, all I need is the information and then I'm going to do it, I'm telling you, I'm going to give you the information, right? So if you're really all in on your business and what you need is this information to do the thing that you want, then you would be clicking on the button for the intensive and purchasing it. Because guys, this intensive goes away on the 11th. I'm not kidding, right? Like, I'm so happy that I was able to open this 90-minute intensive. I really do only have 2 private coaching spots with me for the whole year. And those are almost taken, right? Almost taken. Like they're pending. Like rights of first refusal are out there, right? So I had no way of working with people, and I've been talking about going all in, and I changed the name of the group, and I did all this stuff, and people were like, how can you help me? You don't have a group program right now, because I'm not running Take Bold Action again this year. So people were like, you don't have a group program, and also you're almost full till 2020 with private clients. How can you help me? So I created the 90-minute intensive, and I'm selling it through August 11th based on the estimate of how many people I think are going to purchase it and how much space I have in my calendar between now and the end of the year with my travel and speaking and my private clients and all of that to be able to do it. Because this is a great deal. I don't usually have 90-minute intensives as a way of working with me, right? But I just put the link out there and kind of challenged you, because if you're still not clicking on it and buying the intensive to do the thing that you say you want to do in your business, and you know it's about more than the information, because I'm handing you the information on a silver platter. I'm saying, okay, great, you don't know how to do something, cool, let me tell you how to do it. It would be a done deal, a no-brainer, right? So if you're not clicking on the intensive to buy it, even after saying there's something that you want to do in your business that you're not doing because you don't know how, or you don't have all the right information, and you're still not clicking on it and buying it, then you really need to click on it and buy it, right? Because what you really need is that trust in yourself. You need to trust in your ability to make decisions. You need to trust in your ability to make an investment in your business and get back results. You need to trust your ability to show up and go all in and do the things that you're thinking about doing, right? You need to trust in your ability to navigate whatever happens from taking the action to do the thing you want to do. And you're not going to be able to get that from freebies and free videos and from free resources, right? You're just not going to be able, and from networking groups and even peers, right? Like, you're just not going to be able to do that. You need that mentor, you need that coach, you need somebody who's gone through it and has come out on the other end of it, right? Who knows how to help you come out on the other end of it. So either way, if you're sitting here saying, Rita, like, I'm pushing on this because it's happened so many times, right? I can't stress it enough. This 90-minute intensive, I'm going to share a couple of testimonials from people who have already had it. They had immediate results because they trusted in themselves enough to take the actions and go do them, right? So on either hand, like, this intensive is your solution, right? It is a low cost, easy way to work with me. But more importantly, it's like, hey, if you're saying, I just need to know how to do something, to do this thing I really want to do in my business, you're going to get that. You're going to get the information in an action plan. So why aren't you clicking the button, right? Why aren't you clicking the button and buying it? But that then should show you that it's not about the lack of information. It's about lack of trust, and your lack of trust in it working out, your lack of trust in being able to navigate whatever needs to happen, like whatever needs to happen based on the results, right? Like, I trust in, and believing in your success. I believe 100% in my success, 100%. It's inevitable. It's happening as we speak. You've heard me say that before. I 100% believe in my success. It's inevitable. It's happening as we speak, right? I just don't know how. And I don't know when, right? So all I can do is show up as an energetic match to that level of success, right? I have no idea if people are going to purchase this intensive or not. Actually, that's not true. Some people have already, and I've already had it, and I've got people who are scheduled as early as tonight, right, to have the intensive, and one on Friday, and there are going to be more people, right? But I don't know how or when, and I don't know how this is going to contribute to my ultimate success, right? Like, nobody could have bought it. I didn't know that people were going to buy it when I offered it, right? But offering it is an energetic match to the level of success that I want to have. So I have to show up as a match for the level of success. I 100% believe in my success. It is inevitable. It's happening as we speak. I trust myself to do the things that need to be done to be an energetic match for that success, to show up, to take the actions that are efficient and effective, to make the investments of my time, to make the investments of my money, right? To put support in place that I need to be an energetic match to that level of success. I also trust in my ability to be able to navigate whatever happens. Hopefully some of you clicked and bought the intensive right now going, she's so right. I need this intensive. I need this intensive right now, right? Like, and hopefully people will listen on the replay and click and buy it and buy the intensive, but you might not, and I might not make any sales. And I trust my ability to make whatever the result is work out for my best interest, 100%, right? So I believe in the inevitability of my success. I trust in myself. I trust 100% in my ability to navigate whatever results, right, from this. And the reason I can do it is I have support. I have a coach that helps me Get back in touch, because every time, like I said, when I was first going to change the name of the group and first offer this intensive, I hesitated. I was like, I don't know. I've never really offered a 90-minute intensive to my group before. I don't know if that's something that they're going to like or if that's something they're going to want. I don't know, right? I did it once, but I don't know. And I don't know if I should change the name of the group. And within 5 to 10 minutes, I was out of that thought process because of my support, because she has gone through it too, right? That's what I am for you. So if you say, I know, Rita, I really trust myself, I just need the information, cool. Purchase the intensive. You're going to get the information for the exact thing you need to go all in your business, 100%, right? Absolutely. If it happens to be something so far-fetched, I will find somebody and pull them into that intensive to give you the information that you need to do the thing that you want to do. Promise, I will, right? But if you're not clicking and buying, then it's not just that you don't know how. It's not the lack of information, it's that lack of trust, right? If you're like, but I don't have the money for this right now, or I need to get the money for it before I can pay for it. Well, yes, technically this is like not a payment plan option, so you need to legitimately have, but it's such a low price, right? Like, and I did have somebody message me and ask for a payment plan. Now, I haven't heard back from them yet, right? I haven't responded back to them yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need to ask a few more questions around that, but like, so there was a conference that I held once. I was like the organizer of a conference, and it was a very expensive conference. And this person emailed and asked, what can I do to go for free? I'm willing to work the volunteer table. I'm willing to be your like mule and run around and do errands. I'm willing to. And we let them in. We let them in for free because they asked. Right? They asked for it. Like other people just kept complaining about how they couldn't afford the conference. They were like, oh, the conference is too expensive. The conference is too expensive. I can't afford it. And one person asked what they could do to be able to go for free. So we let them because they trusted themselves enough to ask. And then they trusted themselves enough to navigate the yes or the no, right? Like that's what it means to take action. The rest were in inaction, because it was just like, oh, I'm just gonna have this excuse. The conference is too expensive, right? Like when you really want something, take action towards it. Make it work out for you. Make it work out for your best interest. So anyway, that's the second myth, guys. I don't know how to. I can't. I don't have the information to. I don't have like the ability to. I don't have the skills. I don't have the experience. I don't have the thing. No more. Because you know that that's just an excuse. You could get the information from any place. And in fact, if it really is just the information, you can get it from this intensive, right? It's a low-cost 90-minute intensive. Click, sign, done within a day, within a couple of days. I don't know that I have spots tomorrow, so don't hold me to that. But like within a couple of days, you can have the information you need, right? But guys, come on, let's get real. You could have gotten this information from anywhere at any point. You don't just need the information. You might need it, but what you really need is that support. You need that person holding space, helping you trust yourself, helping you trust that you can navigate the results, helping you stay patient while you execute on the strategy, helping you sit in discomfort, right? Because they've been there and they've done that. So hopefully you found this helpful, right? I've got to hop off soon. Do you guys have any questions? I have a 1 o'clock client, so I can't stay, right? But here you go. Like, guys, I believe in me. I believe in my business and I believe in business coaching. I believe in myself. Do you believe in yourself? Right? I believe that getting on a call with me will change your life. 100%. I believe that getting on a call with me will change your business. 100%. Right? Even just a clarity call will change your business. 100%. Not just paying for coaching. I believe that talking to me will change your business, right? I believe that private coaching one-on-one will fundamentally change your business. Fundamentally change your business. It can't not, right? And here's the thing. I'm going to be honest about this. If you went and talked to a tree for an hour every day, I heard this was the best example ever. If you went and talked to a tree out loud about yourself and your business and you just let it all come out every week for an hour, you couldn't help but have results at the end, right? You couldn't help, because just the act of talking about things, right, changes you fundamentally. It makes you think differently as you hear yourself say things. It helps you have insights, right? To a tree. So imagine what talking to a business coach every week is, right? Like, I 100% know that you need to have this intensive. You need to take the risk. You need to have the intensive. I know it will change your life, right? I know that I'm a great coach. I know I give great advice. I know that I help hold space. I know that this is my zone of genius. I know that this is what I'm supposed to do, right? 100% know that. Like, I know that you're going to get the best results in your business when you have somebody personalizing it to you, which is why I offered the 90-minute intensive. Somebody was like, hey, could you do this just like as a video, right? Why don't you just do this as a video and sell it as like passive income? And I was like, oh my gosh, no, because I 100% believe that personalization is what's going to make a difference. Again, you need that personal support, right? You need that ability. Like, and I'm going to list more today. Like, today is the day to say why we're all great. Like, I want you to say why you're great. I'm saying why I'm great, right? I believe that having this intensive or even coaching with me privately will save you a ton of money in the process of building your business. 100%, right? I believe that, I don't know. I just believe you're going to have the best results. Like I wrote all these notes. I don't want to go into them all because I'm going to put some of them in a post, right? But what I believe more than anything else is it's my duty to share this with you, right? Like, this is my job. This is my business. This is what I do. It's my job to tell you this stuff. It is my job to show up as an energetic match, not just for me, but like, here's the thing, right? At the end of the day, why do you want to work with me in this intensive? Why do you want to work with me as a coach? Why do you, yeah, I can give you all of this great information that had you have aha moments and you're like, oh my gosh, yes, it's this lack of trust and it's this lack of whatever. Guys, because I believe in you. I believe in every single one of the people I work with, right? If I get on the phone with you and I don't believe in you, I'm going to refund your money. I'm not going to work with you, right? Like, it's just not going to happen. And I don't take you on as a private client at all if I don't believe in you. So when I work with you, it means I believe in you. I believe in you enough for both of us. I trust you enough for both of us. So if any of my clients are on here, if you can say if that's true or not, that would be great, right? But like, I trust you enough for the both of us. Like, I trust your ability to navigate the results from taking action enough for the both of us to get you to take the action and to get you to do the things, right? So anyway, I would love to hear your final aha and insight, and then I have to hop off for my 1 o'clock call, but let me know. If you're watching on replay, please let me know. Again, I put the link to the intensive. Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Eastern, it goes down. It just goes down because I will not, that's just starting the middle of August and all the way through the fall. That's going to be, so I have limited spots to be able to put these 90-minute intensives. I've had some people have made them really quick, so they're this week, which is great, but I only have limited spots going from that point on. So I really need to know who's purchased them, right, to find the time. So I couldn't have this be like an ongoing thing. Guys, do it. Like, it can change your life. I will change your life. My clients, hopefully, who are on here and can talk about it, will say it will change you. It will change the way you think about things. It will change what you do. It will change yourself. It will change your life just from talking to me once, right? Oh, see, Melissa says it's true, Rita. And Melissa's one of my clients, guys. Thank you, Melissa. I love it, right? Holly Shan, don't go talk to your tree. You're talking to me tonight. Holly Shan is also another one of my clients, right? But yes, you can talk to a tree between. But guys, that's what I had to say today. Join me on Friday, because these first 2 myths were great, right? The third myth is like even better. So once you bust through these things and you get to the root and you're able to put things in place to address these root causes, the world is your oyster, right? Because again, it's not lack of information. It's not all these false excuses. So once you get to the core and you're able to solve this, you're able to get the support in place for it, boy, can you really be all in. That's what it means to be all in. So if you have questions, message me, let me know. You can email me at Rita made me do it. If you want to know if the intensive is the right fit for you, that's totally fine. I'm happy to get on a 15-minute call and see. I had a girl do that. It was not the right fit for her. She actually needs something that I don't offer right now. And I was more than happy to tell her this isn't the right fit for you right now. So anyway, if you're confused if it's the right fit, let me know. And I will talk to you all later. Okay? Take care, everybody. Bye.